Welcome to Celestial Dew, a space where we explore our inner world, where storytelling and spiritual tools deepen our connection to ourselves and the universe. My name is Rocio Celeste, and this is my soulmate and constant companion, Nuga Cosmico. We are here to share our experiences and open a space for insight and transformation. So take a deep breath, settle in, and let's begin this journey inward. In today's episode, we are going to be talking about something that's really fascinating to me, which is the Dara Knot. Have you ever seen this intricate knot and wonder what it means? This is the Dara Knot. An ancient Celtic symbol that represents strength, inner power, and resilience. I used to be very drawn to it. It used to really intrigue me. I was very attracted to this symbol. I will get earrings and things that had this Celtic knot, and I never knew why until one day in one of my very deep meditations, the answer came to me that in a past life, I was a Celtic woman, and I used to make this symbol out of wood. And that's how I made a living in my community. Like, I saw myself making this symbol, selling it. So interesting. And then I learned later on when I had an Akashic record session that I have a lot of resilience from that past life. I'm a little skeptical when it comes to past lives because I don't remember them, but there are some things that I just don't understand why I'm so attracted to them, or places or people. And in this case, it was a Dara Knot. That's the reason why I was very attracted to this, because I spent a whole lifetime making it, selling it in my community as a Celtic woman. Resilience. To me, this symbol represents resilience. The word Dara comes from the Irish word doir, meaning oak tree. In Celtic culture, the oak was sacred. It stood tall. It lived long, and it weathered any storm. The Dara Knot reflects the root system of the oak. Think of it. The root system of the tree. It symbolizes a deep, grounded strength that comes from within. Unlike other Celtic knots, the Dara Knot doesn't have a single standard form. What ties all variations together is the endless interweaving, showing that true strength is unbreakable and eternal. Today, people use the Dara Knot as a reminder of their own inner strength, whether in jewelry, like I used to do with my earrings, whether in tattoos or art. It's a powerful way to stay connected to heritage, to resilience, and to the quiet courage it takes to keep growing. We all have been through stuff in life, right? We all have experienced chaos and challenges. It's that resilience that we have, like the oak tree. It doesn't matter the storm. We stay grounded. We stand tall. And the Dara Knot, it's a beautiful reminder of that. It's the resilience. It's our inner strength. I love this symbol. I'm so attracted to it. Imagine I spent a whole lifetime making this out of wood and selling it. I think it's pretty wonderful to think about the things we have done in the past, the things that our soul is naturally drawn to. Why? There's always a reason behind it. This is an ancient symbol of inner strength. So the next time you see this symbol, remember, it's more than just a pretty design. It's a story of roots, endurance, and the strength that goes all the way back to the ancient Celts. At first glance, this is a beautiful, complex pattern, but behind that art is a story of resilience, heritage, and timeless wisdom. To understand the Dara Knot, we need to step back and look at the world of Celtic knotwork as a whole. Celtic knots are endless loops with no beginning and no end. They appear in ancient manuscripts. They appear in stone carvings, and they appear in jewelry. While they are most associated with Irish and Scottish culture, they were also used by other early Celtic peoples across Europe. But what's striking is not just their beauty, it's their symbolism. These knots represent eternity, continuity, and the interconnectedness of life. The Celts were deeply spiritual people, and their art reflected their beliefs that life is a web and everything is bound together. Nature, time, spirit, tapestry. Everything is interconnected. There are different types of Celtic knots or Celtic knots. Some of them are three-pointed knots, often symbolizing the triple aspects of life or divinity. There are other knots, which are quaternary, and they have four distinct corners associated with the seasons, the elements, or the four directions. And then we have endless knots, like the Dara Knot, where the path weaves in and out in a closed, infinite pattern. These designs weren't just decorative, they were sacred geometry. They told stories and held power. So what about the Dara Knot? Unlike some other knots, the Dara Knot is directly tied to a specific symbol of strength, like we already saw, the oak tree. And the word Dara comes from the Irish word doir, which means oak grove. In Celtic mythology, the oak was the king of the forest, strong, wise, and enduring. Druids, the Celtic priestly class, held ceremonies under oaks. They believed the oak connected the earth to the heavens. The roots of the oak, vast, unseen, and foundational, inspired the Dara Knot's design. The interweaving pattern, it's not just a knot. It's a metaphor for inner strength. The kind that holds you steady in life's storms. Unlike some knots that have a standardized form, the Dara knot has many artistic variations. What they all share is the message: you are grounded, you are resilient, your strength comes from deep within. Think about the symbolism of the oak tree. Imagine an oak tree in the forest, battered by wind, scorched by sun, buried in snow. And yet it stands, not because of what is visible above ground, but because of the strength of its roots. That's what the Dara knot reminds us of, our unseen power. What's not visible to others. Only you know what you have endured. Only you know what you have felt. We only know what you show us or what you tell others. In a world where we are encouraged to measure strength by what's external, status, success, appearance, the Dara knot offers a different message. It says, strength is quiet, strength is persistence, strength is being rooted. This symbol resonates across time because it's universal. We all go through hardships. We all lose our way. But the Dara knot urges us to return to our roots. Whether that's family, faith, culture, or your inner compass. And because it has no beginning or end, it also suggests that your inner power has no limit. How wonderful is that? Your strength is limitless, a cycle that continues as long as you draw on it. Celtic spirituality was very nature-based. Trees were seen as conscious, sacred beings. Forests were temples. The oak, in particular, was associated with wisdom and knowledge. It was associated with protection and endurance. It was a gateway to the spiritual world. In Celtic mythology, oaks often marked entrances to the other world. A mystical realm of spirits, gods, and ancestors. So when we use the Dara knot today, we're not just tapping into a vague idea of strength. No, we are invoking an entire worldview that saw strength in being connected to nature, to ancestors, and to something bigger than yourself. He seems very connected right now. Let's shift gears and look at the aesthetic and geometry beauty behind the Dara knot. To create one, artists use symmetry, looping paths, and interlaced strands. You want to show it to them? Show it to people. Show them the Dara knot. These strands never break. There's a balance to it. An order within chaos. And that's part of the appeal. It represents harmony in complexity. Creating a Celtic knot means you're doing a meditative act. In ancient times, monks spent hours painstakingly drawing these patterns into manuscripts, like the Book of Kells. It was a form of devotion. A way to make visible the spiritual order of the universe. The Dara knot continues that tradition. Whether carved into wood, etched in stone, or tattooed on skin, it's an act of bringing strength to the surface. In modern times, the Dara knot has seen a resurgence. We see it now in tattoos to mark personal strength or resilience after a life-changing event. We see it in jewelry as a reminder of ancestral or spiritual grounding. We see it in logos and art, especially in Celtic communities worldwide. It also appears in therapy and coaching sessions as a symbol for personal growth. As a symbol for rootedness. People dealing with change, trauma, or identity often gravitate towards the Dara knot because it offers a sense of continuity and calm. It's also popular among the Irish diaspora as a way to connect back to roots that may feel distant but are never broken. So what can we take away from the Dara knot? It tells us strength isn't just in muscles or accomplishments. You don't need all these degrees and all these titles and all this success or a very muscular body. No, strength is more than that. Strength is your foundation, your beliefs, your values, and your endurance. When life gets chaotic, your roots can keep you grounded. He has a lot of resilience. He used to be a stray dog back in the Sacred Valley in Peru. We met when I was traveling there. I did a 5-day trek in Salcantay to get all the way to Machu Picchu. And on the last day when I took the train back to Ollantaytambo, he crossed my path and he followed me all around the country for months. He followed me everywhere until it was time for me to come back to France. And he said he wanted to come with me, that we were already a team. But when we met, he was really dirty and skinny, full of fleas, and he wasn't vaccinated or anything. I took him to the vet. And the vet told me, by looking at his teeth, she realized he was only a puppy. He was about 6 or 7 months old. But he was so smart, I thought he was older, like 3 or 4 years old. And he learned to survive on the streets by setting boundaries. He has a lot of resilience. He has a lot of inner strength. And I think he is resonating with this information right now. I feel very privileged to have him as a co-host for this episode, for this channel. He is a prime example of inner strength and resilience. And we have traveled all over the world together for the past 3.5 years. He seems very calm right now. And we are very honored to be sharing this information with you today. Like the Dara Knot, his life is a woven journey. Just like your life is. Just like my life has been. Your life is a woven journey. One that doesn't always go in a straight line, but still holds meaning, pattern, and beauty. Think of the Dara Knot as a symbol of your life. Not only a symbol of inner strength and resilience, but also the woven journey. Where have you been? What have you done? Things that you have encountered, challenges and obstacles that you have overcome. Thank you for spending this time with me, Anuga Cosmico. I hope you see the Dara Knot not just as a design, but as a powerful reminder of who you are and where you come from. If you carry anything forward today, let it be this. You are rooted. You are resilient. You are strong. Feel free to print one. You can find it for free on the internet. Feel free to print one and keep it in your journal, in your agenda, in your notebook. Have it in close proximity to you as a daily reminder of your roots, of your resilience. Thank you for joining me, Anuga Cosmico, in this episode of Celestial Dew. We will be back with more ideas on how to connect to yourself and to your inner world, on how to connect to the universe, to the cosmos. Until next time, stay rooted, stay connected to yourself and to the world around you. We will see you soon. Say bye. Say bye. Say bye-bye. Say bye. Yes, kisses to everybody. Kisses to everyone. Yes, kisses to everyone. Bye, everyone. Until next time. Take care. He loves hugs and kisses.